Hello, and welcome to the Of Myths and Men podcast, the only podcast that records using a video-only microphone.
Wait, doing this again?
I am your host, Adam Holcomb, and I am joined today by co-host Dylan Blumenberg.
I thought it was a camera that only recorded audio.
We upgraded. Now it's a
okay.
microphone that only records video.
It's not really a microphone, then, is it?
And we are happy to have special guest, Valia Kokodo.
Isn't it? So are we not getting any audio right now?
Absolutely no audio. I'm actually using a program that reads our lips and then translates that to audio.
You know, I think Hitler, he had the right idea.
Our podcast brings together three unknowledgeable individuals who spend a day pretending to be experts on mythology. Each week, we will discuss a different god or creature, rotating out the lead mythologist. We will discuss its habits, its attitudes, we will tell a tale, and we will end on a debate on who would win in a mythological fight club. And today's lead mythologist will be myself. And today I will lead you on a journey that there's no coming back from. It will change you.
Can we listen to Journey?
Yes, of course. You always need. Don't stop.
Is this a Lovecraftian creature?
Hold on to that feeling.
Because you know that Filipino guy from Journey. He's actually Cthulhu.
It is not Lovecraftian.
God damn it!
I'm sorry. I wanted to just see what you guys could think. I'm going to give you a little teaser and see if you guys can figure out who it is. So,
me.
I will be discussing a horrifying myth about a creature that harvests the bones of children while they sleep at
horrifying?
night. What?
Why is it horrifying? Is it because it's Halloween? Is this the Halloween episode?
Halloween week.
Actually, technically, last episode's Halloween episode because it's launching tomorrow. Or not tomorrow.
Well, that wasn't very scary. I don't think I was there for that recording of that one, but
I think it was scary.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It was Blair fun.
He's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
If you are.
You're kind of a bitch.
So any guesses on a horrifying creature that harvests the bones of children while they sleep?
The harvesting bones of children thing sounds vaguely familiar, but where's it from? Can you give me that hint?
It's very influenced by Western cultures, so kind of in this area. It's very American.
Is it ice?
No.
Is it from Jersey?
No. It's all over the country.
Oh, shit.
It has
Baba Yaga?
some origins in Europe a little bit, all the way back to the Viking Age.
Is this one of those that you're going to say it and I'm going to be like, oh yeah?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is the Tooth Fairy.
Oh yeah.
The Teefs Fairy?
The Tooth Fairy.
Teefs Fairy.
Didn't they have one of those in, fuck, now I'm totally blanking on the movie. With the thing that had eyes on its hands, directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Pan's Labyrinth?
Yeah.
The Tooth
Wasn't
Fairy?
there like a... Oh no, that's Hellboy. There was like a super gross Tooth Fairy in there. That was also directed by
You're
Guillermo
thinking
del Toro,
of
so give me
the
that.
Fairly Odd Parents, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Also directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yep.
One of those three things had a disgusting Tooth Fairy in there.
Alright. So the Tooth Fairy is a fantasy figure of early childhood in Western and Western-influenced cultures. So basically, America. And
What?
if it is not well known, what?
Is that the only...
Only
Is
America.
the only Western culture?
Yep. Well, no, Western-influenced as well. So the other parts that America kind of controls. You know, America's the only thing in the West.
Not to keep bringing this up, but when I was in Japan, some of the maps, like in museums they had there, had Asia and Japan on the east, which I thought was super weird. Like, why? Why?
It's because the Earth is flat, so you can't.
But why pick a certain side over another for like the dominant country, you know? Like, why are we always the West? Sorry, they're on the West too. My bad. I
don't think it matters. I've
What?
seen both in the U.S.
Wait, so they were
like,
on the
Asia
West?
was on, yeah, like Asia
Okay.
was on the West.
And now this
But
is
why?
less confusing.
Yeah, sorry.
It's effectively a reversed map. I've seen it here though too. That's pretty common.
But why does it matter?
It doesn't.
Like, why aren't we on the East sometimes?
Doesn't.
In our maps.
I don't know.
Why don't we just have circular maps, you know? Like on a sphere or something?
Some sort of ball-like object that could be held up and turned around.
Yeah. Why don't they just do that?
How would you walk across it though? You couldn't see because it's rounded.
Well, it could be small enough that you could, like, maybe turn it in your hands or something.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't have to
You
be
don't
the
make sense.
world.
It doesn't have to be to scale, you dingus.
Yeah, but like the world, if it's flat, you can walk on it. If it's round, you like roll. You can't.
How would we make a to scale sphere of the Earth while being on the Earth? Explain that. Would we turn it in sections and complete sections of it?
I think you have to go like start at location A, then make that part in that location, then go to the next point. So there's 4 locations to make a sphere. You go to the next location, and you keep doing that, make each bit, and then you put it together, and it'll be round.
This sounds a whole lot like a Douglas Adams book.
All right, let's move on.
Yes.
If it is not very well known, humans are born with false teeth used in their younger years before they get replaced by their real teeth. When these false teeth, still made of real bone though, by the way, when they fall out, a child must place them underneath their pillow as payment to the tooth fairy. If they don't, the tooth fairy will proceed to rip out the rest of the children's teeth, or child's teeth, even if some of them are their real adult teeth.
Sorry, did you say they rip out their teeth?
Yeah. If you don't put your tooth underneath the pillow for the tooth fairy, it'll rip out the rest of your teeth as punishment.
But how do they know you lost a tooth in the first place?
The tooth fairy always knows.
They have chips
That's
inside
not
of
a
them.
good explanation.
The
They
tooth
use
fairy knows when
Google
you're sleeping.
Location tracking. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
Whoa.
what Valia said.
All right.
The tooth fairy leaves its calling card in the form of a crisp $100 bill, since money means
100.
nothing to it.
What if it's a different country?
Why doesn't it leave euros then?
It's, it's of Western culture, so dollars.
But
Very
money
well.
means nothing to it, so it doesn't know what the hell it's giving you.
What if
It
you're in
leaves
Canada?
It leaves you a $100 bill or the equivalent amount of money per the country.
Does it keep up on exchange rates?
Of course.
All right.
Not many people believe in the tooth fairy, which is proof of how easily misinformation can spread. But the children know the truth, and that's why the practice is in place in many households today.
Not my house.
I don't rely on children to know the truth about many things.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking stupid. Saw a kid the other day run into a wall. What are you doing? There's a wall
On
there.
purpose?
I saw a kid the other day fail a math test. What are you doing? There's
It's
math.
fucking 2 plus
Well,
2
math is
6.
harder than walls, Adam.
You
Come
dumb
on.
dick.
All right, so the
Walls
origins.
are way harder than math. Are you high? Walk into a wall right now and then go sit down and do a math problem. Which is
rather-
more dense?
I'd rather walk into a wall than do a math.
It's because the density of a wall, much like our Earth, is very thick.
I don't think thick is a term to
It's
describe
exactly
density.
the term you describe density with. The thickness of a dense object is how you describe density.
So we have Valia here. He's our scientific expert.
Oh yeah, we never introduced you, did we?
Yeah, we did.
I'm a Scientologist, so I very good science.
The origins of this American folk creech actually comes to us from Northern Europe, where there was a tradition called tand fee, or tooth fee, which was paid when a child lost their first tooth. I'm not sure if the child who lost the tooth had to pay a fee to like a count or a king or if they got money. I'm not. It wasn't very clear. It was just one sentence.
What's the EULA for this situation? Huh?
EULA?
Yeah. Do we have a terms and conditions, or maybe like is it GDPR compliant?
Is this by like being born and losing teeth? You agree to these terms and conditions?
Pretty much, yeah. It's when you get born, you kind of
forced into it,
it's
slavery.
It's like American citizenship. If you're born in America, you can't get rid of it. Really, they'll still tax you if you make $100,000.
What if you feign death?
What if you what?
What if you pretend to die? You fake your death.
I mean, you could go on the run, I guess. Kind of.
What if you feign left, then go right? You beat your man, right? Send that ball in the net. What happens then?
And then you smack your other two balls onto the post. There was once a tradition in England where children were supposed to burn their baby teeth to save them from hardship in the afterlife. Because if they didn't burn them, they'd spend their entire afterlife looking for their baby teeth. This is just...
You can't really burn teeth, though. You can't, like, burn bones, can you?
That's where this is false propaganda used to deter the tooth fairy to enter England. That's why it's only in the western areas.
Now, if in the afterlife they're sent to search for their teeth, how are they, like, at what point are they dropped off? Are they dropped off, like, within a 100-mile distance? Because odds are it'd be in their childhood home, right? So they'd be like, yeah, I'll just go there. Do they know?
Well,
have an idea?
You know, like, that ghost that, like, wanders around the hallways always looking for whatever? It's kind of like that.
Oh.
Where it doesn't really know where it is, it just looks. And it's very repetitive.
It's never going to find it. It's
just never
around.
You probably have a fuck ton of ghosts in Eastern, wherever you said this was. Europe or something?
Yeah, this was in England.
Fucking England.
Actually, like 25 feet from where we're recording right now.
Is that why the settlers in the U.S. first actually left England? It wasn't the religious persecution, it was...
Tooth fairy.
The country's full of ghosts.
Yes.
They couldn't get a ride on the bus anymore because ghosts.
England was so full of ghosts looking for their teeth. Their tooths.
They couldn't get a ride on the bus.
They always had buses.
In the 1400s? Whatever it was,
they had double-decker buses that go under bridges.
They had the internal combustion engine all the way back then.
And they just didn't tell the rest of the world about it.
Is that like Wakanda? They just kind of kept it secret. They cloaked that bitch. It's from MCU, lover.
Oh, that's probably why I don't know what it is.
Yeah, from I think it's called Fairly Odd Parents in the MCU.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Is that like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
No, it's not the same thing.
Do you remember that episode of Fairly Odd Parents when there was like intelligent monkeys? It's kind of like that.
No.
Were the Fairly Odd Parents tooth fairies?
No, they were god fairies or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Fairy godmother and fairy godfather.
Okay, I don't know why we keep bringing them up then.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode?
But there was a tooth fairy.
There's that episode of Billy and Mandy where Billy stared at the sun all day and his eyes like shriveled out of his head.
I don't remember that.
That was a fucking dark show.
Remember when he turns chocolate and he eats himself?
I think so. That was a good show. I like that a lot.
That's some Majin Buu shit.
What?
You can turn people into chocolate. Then he eats them.
Alright, so you might ask, what does a tooth fairy look like? Well, 74% of people polled outside of a Burger King in the state of New Hampshire, actually it was all Burger Kings in the state of New Hampshire, said that they believe the tooth fairy is female. 12% believe it is male. 8% believe it could be either. So those are the people who, like, you know, they don't really want to give you an answer. They just say, yeah, whatever, either one. They're all wrong. The tooth fairy is a hermaphrodite.
What? Did you take these polls, by the way?
Is that like where they don't like germs?
You just really like Burger King that much?
I didn't do this. It's found online.
Come on. I've seen you at Burger King before.
I do not like Burger King. This episode's sponsored by Burger King.
They fucking suck, though, right? Burger King's pretty disgusting.
If you want a shitty burger, go to Burger King.
Go to Burger King.
I've had a decent burger there.
It's all jokes.
I've had their chicken fries like a long ass time ago, and they were not bad.
Those I think were good.
I've got to stop doing this at some point pretty fucking quick because it's annoying me too. But I went to a Burger King in South Korea, and it was a chicken burger and bacon. Or sorry, chicken, beef, and bacon burger. It's pretty gross. But like...
Why are you going to a Burger King in South Korea?
It was in the airport, and I was in the airport for a long time. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll try it.
But like, you didn't think to try the other restaurants that weren't distinctly American?
We went to this South Korean restaurant in there that was fucking delicious. There was so much food for like $40. It was insane.
Was it called South Korean Burger King?
I have no idea what it was called. I could figure it out pretty easily probably, but it was really good.
Alright, so being a class of fairy, the tooth fairy does have wings, small little wings, that actually support it magically, and a wand, but the wand isn't magic, it's more of like a mace used to smack people in the mouth and loosen their teeth up. There are a ton of other depictions, like the tooth fairy being a mouse or a dragon. These are ridiculous and absurd. The tooth fairy looks like a lumberjack with wings, boobs, beard, and a necklace of teeth, hundreds of them layered on top of each other.
How come it's always the beard to like make something that's clearly a woman into a hermaphrodite? You know?
Because real women can't grow beards.
Why does the tooth fairy, I almost said the tooth fairy, wow. Why does the tooth fairy like not appreciate teeth? If he or she is knocking out teeth. I'm using he as the general term, by the way. No
Please
offense.
use it.
Anyway.
What's its vendetta?
Why is it not like teeth when it's knocking them out? If it likes teeth so much, why wouldn't it be like, oh, you have great teeth, let's not hit those?
It likes to collect teeth, harvest that. Doesn't necessarily
What's the point of the $100? You get teeth way easier than picking them from kids' beds. You creep.
Well, take it up with the tooth fairy. Pull a tooth out, put it under your pillow, and talk to him tonight.
Was this only for humans?
Yeah. Humans
I don't like that. That's
humans have a special calcium inside of their bones that it likes, especially
Coca-Cola.
It's called Coca-Cola. Yeah, and it doesn't wear clothes. Doesn't believe in clothes.
So you can see its boobs and its beard?
Yeah.
Is its beard so big that it covers its boobs?
A little bit, yeah.
You know,
like it has like that middle split thing, just
you know
individually covers one.
Yeah, that mermaids, like they'll have those long like hair pulled down, and it just happens to cover the nipples. It's like that, but with the beard, it splits into two and just covers the nipples.
They do that shit so much in horror things, where it's like, this fucking creepy ass thing, but you can't see your boobs. It's like, god damn it!
I just want to look
so
at
much less scary. Yeah, these torture boobs. These, like, horror flat boobs,
Alright. Mythology was created through an early form of storytelling, so we like to spend a little bit of time delving into a tale that involves our subject. We will be a little bit more in-depth with analyzation to better understand the story, and each week you'll have a tale to bring home to tell the person who's trying to burn a tooth. Because it'll take a while. This week's tale is, of course, about the Tooth Fairy and a kid named Staniel.
Staniel?
Staniel.
I thought you fucked up two names there first.
Staniel the Manual? Is that what we're calling him?
Manual Staniel?
Manual Staniel. Alright. Staniel was turning 5 and had quite the wiggly tooth. His father told him to just pull it out, and his mother offered to slap him so it would come out faster.
Don't pull out or slap, kids.
They bribed him and coaxed him, saying that if he lost it, a fairy would come and give him money for his tooth. This only terrified Staniel more, as he was worried about some strange fairy coming into his bedroom at night. As hard as Staniel would try, he could not stop the inevitable loss of the tooth. But when it popped out, he hid it from his parents. He ran around the house, terrified that the fairy would come, and he found a Zippo lighter. Oh, by the way, this episode brought to you by Zippo, the only lighter that can burn teeth. And he lit his tooth on fire. and then flushed the ash down the toilet. It was storming when Staniel went to sleep, booming thunder rocking their house, the lightning lighting up his room, only for a moment. But that was all it took. One boom, the window smacked open, the roar of the storm exploding into Staniel's room. Another flash, and there he stood. A man, no, a thing. Little wings aflutter, a beard past its toes, and a necklace with layers and layers of teeth. Where its eyes should have been, there were teeth. Where its ears should have been, there were teeth. Where its hair should have been, only more teeth. Where its mouth should have been was a mouth, but inside that mouth was more teeth.
Teeth?
Teeth!
My God!
Well, you said it had a beard, though.
Yeah,
That's true.
well, the head hair, top of the head hair, was just all teeth.
Sex.
Its hand slowly reached under Staniel's pillow, and as Staniel lay there frozen with fear, the hand pulled back quickly. Its toothy head leaning in close to Staniel. Its breath smelled of chai tea. "Where's your tooth, Staniel?" it asked, its voice oddly high-pitched for its large, lumberjack-like body. Staniel tried to answer, but he could only do so with a squeal. And then he screamed, and he screamed, and he screamed, and he screamed, and screamed, and screamed, and screamed, and screamed. And the Tooth Fairy was like, "What the hell, bro?" And Staniel's parents burst into the room, shrieking with horror at the scene. And now the Tooth Fairy is just angry. And he's like, "I will have my tooth. And I'll have more." Smack! The wand came down, hitting the child right in the mouth, leaving Staniel mostly undamaged, except for teeth flying out of his mouth. It caused no other harm. The father, enraged, runs towards the Tooth Fairy and tries to protect his son. Whammo! Another collision of the wand right in the dad's mouth, his teeth exploding out too. The mother shrieking, and she ran towards the Tooth Fairy, pulling out her Gerber Mark II combat fixed blade and diving at the fairy. Kablam! Her teeth were last, but they boomed out of her mouth like a geyser exploding from the earth. The family, not a tooth between the three of them, huddled in a corner, terrified. The Tooth Fairy went about the room, collecting his reward, slow and deliberate. In final chuckles, the fairy said to the others, "The Tooth Fairy always gets his teeth." Then it was gone. To this day, Staniel and his family only eat soup broths and yogurts.
Let me ask you this, Adam. How do we know this Tooth Fairy isn't just a sleeper agent for dentists, you know? Like, they gotta be working together.
Maybe he
selling
gets paid
those
off.
teeth.
The Tooth Fairy Union and the Dentist Union have their Christmas parties at the same place?
I have a question.
Yes.
At what point does the teeth collecting stop? Surely there's enough teeth that, like, alright, these are nice teeth. Fuck, what do you need more teeth for?
Yeah, you said these things are practically made out of teeth. Their entire face is fucking teeth.
Can't like
You
teeth
said
that
their
much.
skull is made out of a giant tooth, for fuck's sake.
It just really likes teeth.
There's got to be a stop point. You can't like
Nah.
something that much.
No one knows what it does with the teeth. Maybe it eats them. Maybe it's
I mean,
its
Dylan loves the Spider-Man game, but even he can't play it all the time, you know?
I've got
It's
a point.
true.
I see
It's
your
true.
analogy there.
All right. If you have no more comments, I don't have answers for these. The Tooth Fairy does what the Tooth Fairy wants to do.
Maybe you should
Let me
research
ask you
your
this, Adam.
creature.
What type of fucking maniacs named their kid Staniel? Maybe
What's the
they
kid's
had it
last
coming.
name?
No, that was the first name.
What was the last
It's-
name, though?
It's Stanny for short.
What was the last name?
Quick, Adam.
Ramirez?
No.
Testaverde.
We know
Testaverde?
you wrote this story.
Staniel Testaverde?
Testaverde is
That's a good name.
definitely not a Jets quarterback last name.
I gotta
From
start
years
looking up
ago.
fanfic that you wrote.
Make sure you have voted. If you voted, tweet us a picture of your I voted sticker, and we will say good job.
Better
When
yet,
do we vote?
don't.
The 6th?
What?
When do we vote? The 6th?
Yeah.
No, dude. It's the 6th we vote.
6th?
It's the 6th.
Sith form.
Also, if you're not American, if you're listening to this in some other country or continent or subcontinent,
go vote.
It does not apply to you. But vote in your country too.
Go vote.
If you're not American and you're listening to this, look up Scott Walker and tell us how big of a piece of shit he is.
Really getting into it. No, I voted for Scott Walker all 9 years.
Because I like to walk.
You can only vote every couple of them. How did you vote all 9?
I didn't vote at all ever for him. I don't even. Yeah, I fucking only vote for the primaries.
All right, we'll move on to Fight Club. One of the things people love to debate about is who would win in a fight. Would it be the canine teeth or the molars?
I'm gonna say the canines.
I'm gonna say the molars.
Piercing. Go fuck yourself.
They're stronger, you piece of shit.
But the canines have the pierce.
But the pierce can't do shit on the density. We're back to density again.
He can make it bleed.
There's no density.
So thick. So in our Fight Club section, we indulge ourselves and talk about who would win in a mythological fight to the death. We will pit this week's subject, the Tooth Fairy, against one we discussed in an earlier podcast, with our lead mythologist, myself, defending the creature, and I get to challenge either Dylan or Valia.
Before you do that, did you say how big this thing was?
Well, a large lumberjack.
It was that big?
It was like the size of a lumberjack.
How did it get into those rooms?
It broke in.
How did it get wings big enough to carry
They're magic.
Was it wearing flannel?
No, it doesn't wear clothes, remember?
Does it have a flannel beard?
Yes.
Right.
Solid, mate.
I feel like Dylan needs to be knocked down a peg. He's doing too good recently. So I will take him on.
Fights or just in life?
Yeah, all of the above.
Because let me tell you, Adam, this Mega Millions, that's all I gotta say.
Did you win it?
How's the syphilis?
I don't know. Who knows?
How's the syphilis?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
It said one winner from South Carolina
had syphilis?
Had syphilis and won the Mega Millions.
Nice.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's some poor reporting and kind of a slander piece, if I'm being honest.
Were they Ben
Sounds
Franklin?
Like that reporter was jealous.
Jealous of what?
Syphilis?
Syphilis?
All right, let's figure out some stats. So, the Tooth Fairy, large lumberjack size, very, very thick, and easily fended off a family of 3, including a kid named Stanley, who you have to think is tough with a name like that. So I've got to say a 5.
I'd say
Strength.
a 4.
I'll take a 5.
Negotiating 101. Start high, go down.
Be,
I say 4.
He should be like a human, but just slightly stronger.
Then, Adam. What do you think of that?
Why are you making it so much stronger? It's an 8.
I have no dog in this fight.
You gonna fight in this dog, though?
Dude.
Tell you
just
what.
Like Michael Vick.
Alright, speed. I think with its little wings, it's got quite the maneuverability. But it's a large lumberjack size. I'd say 3.
Is maneuverability
fast
speed?
3. No, but it helps with the speed. Like, you can do.
We factor agility into speed. Maybe is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a 3.
All right. Intelligence. I mean,
not very smart.
Why do you
3.
say that?
I mean, he's collecting teeth.
How do you know it's not his food?
Maybe the guy who researched should know.
I'm gonna say 3.
How do you know it's his food?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take a 3.
Durability. It's a fairy, and I think that's got to give it some good durability, like a 5, 6.
Is it made out of molars or canines, though?
A little bit of both.
Wisdom.
The defending portion is molars. The attacking portion is canines.
I'll take a 6.
All right, 6.
Does it have wisdom teeth?
No, apparently not, because that's why its intelligence is 3.
Vulnerability, sugar, soda, acid.
Sour Patch Kids.
I was also going to say old toothless people.
But why would it be around them?
True.
You know, like when you have a cavity or whatever, or you have like you have a filling and you put like there's a piece of metal in your mouth and it friggin' hurts.
Time to brag. Never had a cavity.
Shut the. You're the worst.
I think I had a half a cavity once.
Half a cavity.
I've had a ton of cavities, man. They're the worst.
Why?
Because I'm stupid. You know this.
It's like
you should
genetic
stop
too, isn't it?
brushing your teeth with sugar.
Oh, I don't brush my teeth. I haven't brushed my
Sour
teeth in
Patch
years.
Dude, no wonder.
I just dip them in Coca-Cola.
I think you should be good.
I take like a mouth guard and I fill it with Coca-Cola and put it in.
Frozen Coca-Cola mouth guard.
Yeah, it just rests.
That would suck, man. That fucking hurt. Yeah, cut this brag again, but I don't really do that much. But every time I go to the dentist, they're like, "God, you have such nice teeth." It's like, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I also tell you that all the time too.
Yeah, you really.
Every time you let me inside your mouth.
Yeah, poke around in there. I really need to start flossing though. That's one of those things I got to do. Flossing fucking sucks.
So boring.
It's not even.
It's pretty boring.
It's
pretty
boring.
About it being boring.
I don't like. I also have a lower retainer still in. There's like bars across the bottom of my teeth, which makes it super hard to floss the bottom.
Dude, I have both of them for some reason.
You have both?
Yeah, I have the top and the bottom one.
Oh, that's
a
worse.
Fucking nightmare every time I go to the dentist and they like try to floss in between there. I'm just
I have top
there,
also.
Quietly crying.
Does it help you drop bars though?
It does.
I was trying to say that for like 3 minutes.
All
right. So specials. It has a detoother wand.
Is that star shaped or is it?
It can be if you like it to be.
I don't want it to be.
Is it cookie shaped, like the Cookie Crisp Wizard? Can it be like that?
It's Coca-Cola shaped.
I didn't know there was a Cookie Crisp Wizard.
Watch
I thought
Community.
it was a bear, wasn't it?
It was
Watch
a wolf.
Community, son.
I forgot about that part. I was wondering where I remembered that from. All right, to recap, the Tooth Fairy has a strength of 4. It has a speed of 3, an intelligence of 3, a durability of 6, for a total of 16. It is weak to sugar, soda, and, other things along that line. And it has a special detoother wand.
Is it weak to cold? Does
No.
it have sensitive teeth?
Yeah, you go.
when it
gets a bit of ice, yeah.
So, yeah. I challenged Dylan. So, Valia, feel free to choose a creature for Dylan.
All right.
Well, Valia?
Yeah.
Remember that episode we did about Sour Patch Kids?
No.
Let me just mind you of that. We did that one on ice cubes also and like chewing ice.
Yeah. I sound like the kid from Making a Murderer. Yeah.
I never watched that.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Just check it out.
I missed the train on that one.
Yeah. 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 Did you?
I'll tell you what I am watching.
Is it Isle for Dogs?
Yeah, it is actually. How'd you know?
So, you are going to pursue the life of Griffin.
Griffin?
Oh, boy.
Let me look this up on drive.google.com, our official website for the podcast.
The Griffin was long enough ago that it would be in the website if you want to look on there. Our website being mythsandmen.com. And you can click on the wiki link at the top.
Look up the stat sheet. So, Griffin can fly also. That's a given.
The Griffin has a strength of 5, a speed of 5, an intelligence of 2, and a durability of 4. Matching it up with a total of 16 as well. It is vulnerable to pure metals and weak
Virtually
peaks,
identical.
and it has the special ability to heal others with its feathers.
How is that so weak? I figured the griffin would be way stronger.
It's a fucking bird.
It's
You're a
stronger
bird.
with strength and speed, but its intelligence and durability kind of aren't as good.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Holding?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I need to get an audio clip real quick.
Is it from Sunny?
No.
Is it from Community?
Someone just started playing The Incredibles 2 on my server. No. It's, hold on.
Will bring it tonight, and I guess we will find out if comparisons fortune did that. Who will become the next ultimate?
God damn it. That's not what I want. I'm trying to get him. What?
Oh, God!
No. This is Mike Goldberg. He used to be a commentator for the UFC. He says that's where I got the virtually identical thing from. He goes, when like fighters have similar reach and all that, we go virtually identical. And I wanted to say that for these two. So that was a waste of time.
What a dweeb.
You're welcome.
Good news. I have the ability to cut it.
Can you cut this? Fuck
Yes.
you. All right.
All right, Valias, set the scene.
Dusk. Windy blaze passes through the woods.
What? Windy what?
Windy blaze.
Who?
The Tooth Fairy says, "It's time to get Blaze back in my Winnie."
Oh my goodness.
Camera approaches on Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy just said what he said a second ago, what the Tooth Fairy said. Camera shifts to the Griffin. Griffin says that. They see each other from a distance. A mountain spurts out of the ground, separating the two.
Are we talking about like the
They
Rockies?
They don't know where the other are.
All right,
Screens
I'm going home.
come out of the side of the mountain, playing the classic The Rock movie, The Tooth Fairy. Fight.
I feel like I
mean-
get distracted watching a rendition. I get really upset of myself as, like, being shown as The Rock, though he's a very handsome person. They don't depict the teeth, the boobs very well, and just doesn't come across as very flattering, and I get a little upset, and I break one of the screens.
That'll cost you.
This is also loud enough to lure the Griffin into my trap with his 2 intelligence. I crouch behind a rock.
You do that.
So, I fly above the rock.
We remember you're still separated by this tiny mountain with screens on each side.
But
You
he
have an
said-
idea of
He
where
said
each
it
other
like
are.
attracted me to it or whatever.
Yeah, I hear
Oh,
that.
okay.
You heard a
Right.
crash of the
Okay.
screen.
Which
All
I'm
right.
good with because fuck this whole mountain. Like,
Yeah, you can
I don't
fly.
want to navigate this thing in the middle of the night. You said it was dusk?
Yeah,
I'm not
you
going to
can
try
see
to
there's sun.
trudge through the snow and
There's no snow.
get attacked by wolves.
Did you hear me say snow?
I mean, it's a mountain.
So
Is this an inverted mountain or something? What are you talking
there are
about?
mountains without snow.
Name
They're just
one.
not big ones.
Snowy mountain.
Name one
over
mountain
the
without snow.
ridge.
Mount Vernon.
Yes,
Is that from the Harry Potter series?
No.
I think it's
Googling Mount
from
Vernon snow
Mount
right
Vernon.
now.
Yeah.
There you go. Snow on Mount Vernon. I'm showing all the listeners. There's plenty of
They-
pictures of Mount Vernon, Washington.
They all
so-
look away.
What the fuck
in
does your
disgust.
Griffin do?
He attacks the rock that you're standing behind.
You don't know I'm there.
What?
I broke a screen and then ran and crouched behind a rock. I'm hiding.
But I can see you. I'm flying above you. Why are
No,
you
but
hiding behind a rock if you can fly? What is this rock made out of? Pure metal?
Yes.
All right.
This rock isn't made out of pure metal. It's fucking rock.
So
made
I
out of
spot
calcium.
you. I spot you by flying above and scouting, and then just
you do
dive
that.
down at you. Attack you.
I planned this all along, and I jump up and I swing my D-Toother wand right as you get close to shatter that weak beak.
No, my weak
weak
beak.
beaks.
But I still got claws on this bitch, so I tear at your stupid little wings.
I flutter away.
You're immobilized. I really hurt your spirit.
I
All
just keep...
So I think I just gotta tear at this thing's throat.
All right. Do you
I just
do
whack
anything
it
specific?
with my wand.
So you whack... Hold on. Shut the fudge up. You whack it with your wand?
I feel like breaking its beak is going to distract it a bit.
I think it would hurt.
And my wand is made from pure metal.
So
when you get hit in the nose and your eyes water up,
yeah.
I think that's all that would happen.
So here's what actually happens. You swing your wand, right? You're still near the rock. It clips off the rock and actually just nicks the griffin, causing a bit of blood but no real pain.
Beaks don't have veins.
He didn't hit you in the beak. He just kind of hit you,
jumped up
grazed you.
above the rock when I swung.
What?
Oh, really?
Wow.
I jumped up
really,
as it was coming.
You really changed that after the
All
results were unfavorable.
Maybe you should listen. Listen when I talk.
So you jump up, you swing the wand. You actually end up slightly losing your grip of the wand, and you kind of fling it at the griffin, and it grazes at it. So you actually did worse that time. Because you don't have your wand anymore.
Is your throat made out of molars or canines?
Molars for defense.
Well, I gotta tear it either way.
I headbutt.
So you
he comes in for the scratching.
Hold on. What did Dylan do?
I tear at your molar throat.
You attempt as you. This is with your beak, right, or with your claws?
No, with the claws.
Okay. So
what are you
as
insane?
Remember, there's a large beard there that's in the way.
You still get the idea.
As you reach to claw, you scrape one of the teeth it's made out of, effectively creating a cavity. So the tooth fairy is hurt, and he feels it, he really could use a filling, but it's not gonna stop his day. He's not gonna go to the dentist right now.
While he feels for a filling, I keep going.
It's his move, so you can't do shit.
What is this fucking World War I? What do we have moves now?
Yes.
I lower my head after the attack and just pounce forward. My whole head is covered, the tops in teeth, so I have a strong bone-like structure. Large ball of it, just bam, right into his beak.
Oh,
shattering it.
So you don't shatter it. You come close though, it really fractures the beak pretty nicely, but it's not close. It's not shattered. So there's still a good decent amount of the beak there, but down the right side, a decent hole of the beak is there.
So
do griffins have teeth?
Do a backflip? I don't think so. I'm gonna say no.
They do have teeth. No, they don't.
I'm gonna do a front flip actually, and attack the back of your neck, where you specifically said there's no teeth.
So you flip over it?
Yeah, I do a front flip.
Ooh.
And yell, and get the back of that neck.
As you flip, one of your wings gets caught on the teeth, lodged in between the teeth, like a piece of popcorn, and your wing tears off.
What?
Damaged pretty badly.
What the fuck is this?
As it's plummeting to the ground because it lost a wing. I can't imagine it can fly very well without it.
You guys aren't super high up though.
Do I still get that back of the neck tear?
No, you lost your wing.
Boy,
hurtled to the ground.
It's really
You're pretty badly hurt.
I give it I actually just flutter down as it's falling. It hits the ground. I land on its back, and then I just wrestle it and try to choke it out. Do a chokehold.
Oh, you get the chokehold, but you're not under the the neck fully, so you're kind of just struggling there. You're in a position to do something, but you can't get underneath the neck because he's fighting your hands.
And I also want to fiddle into his little hole in his beak and pull a single tooth out.
There's no teeth.
No teeth.
I thought you literally just said it had teeth.
I said I'm just kidding.
Teeth.
Oh, then never mind. I don't do that part. I'm just trying to choke it out.
You know when you try to kill a coyote with your bare hands and it struggles a bunch? You guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do, but with claws.
So you just start scratching at the bitch?
Just gut him.
Okay.
But I'm on your back.
Oh, wait a minute. I do an old 180.
Huh?
I do the old 180.
Just roll over onto your back.
Yeah.
So, okay. So as you attempt to, while he's got your sort of kind of trying to get your neck, you successfully roll, but you don't really gain any position. You kind of just make it slightly better for yourself in the long run. Like he can't really give you a full chokehold now.
With my left hand, I pull out of my combat boot a knife made of bone.
Yeah.
And I wrap my legs around it, one arm around it, and I just start skinning it alive.
Out of my combat feather boot, I grab
Hold on.
vest.
Hold on. So as you attempt to grab the knife out of your boot, you accidentally slice one of your teeth. And in the midst of that slice, you let go of the griffin entirely because of the pain of slicing yourself like a moron. So you're free now, Gryffindor.
I just gotta tear him to pieces.
You just tear him to pieces? That's what you do?
Yep. Last resort.
As you attempt to tear him to pieces, you trip and fall right in front of him.
I pull out a coyote I killed with my bare hands earlier and offer it as a peace treaty. I feel like I'm getting sick of this fucking fight.
Biased fight.
The coyote is not dead and he bites you.
I take advantage of this biting.
Yeah.
To kill the coyote?
Tear your eyes out, like in Kill Bill.
Oh, so you jam.
I don't have eyes,
one
they're
of your
teeth.
claws into his teeth eyes, and you rip it out. Okay, and this deals way more damage than the wing thing,
Can
by
I
the way.
pluck it out, like in Kill Bill?
It's ripped out. If you want to pluck it, sure. Either
All right.
one works. It's the same thing.
You gotta pluck it.
You ripped out its tooth eye, so there's this gaping hole now, molder type of thing, of just skin and gross gums, and you're in massive pain. Blood is spurting out. What do you do?
I go for the other one.
I yell, no, my turn. I yell, I wanted to be friends.
Yeah.
And now you have my final, or now it's final. And I use my special hamburger helper.
What the fuck?
And I cook you up a meal that is filled with teeth, so that when you try to eat it, it hurts and it's gross.
While he's defrosting the hamburger
Hold
meat,
on.
I go for his other eye.
So, as you attempt to get the meat defrosted, he successfully gets your other eye and kills you.
Alright. Game
You
set,
rolled a
bitch.
1.
That's what happens when you fucking defrost hamburger meat. You put that shit in the fridge when you leave for work, Adam. Don't you know anything?
So Griffin wins, surprisingly, because you were doing really well. I was using this D&D dice roller. That's why this fight seemed like it was going somewhere. It started with you doing really well, Adam, and then just all of a sudden a 19 for Dylan, and then a 1 for you, which just killed it.
Dude,
So,
sick.
well done.
Man, that's actually not a terrible idea. Is doing take turns.
I couldn't figure out a way to do it with because they're both so even. So I was like, fuck it.
Usually I just go
Not
by
bad.
the hair on my neck, if you know what I mean.
The hair on your neck will stand up at the sound of each sip and in each sup. That's Johnny Cash. Will you partake in that last offered cup?
What the fuck you talking?
Southern accent.
Today we learned about the Tooth Fairy. We learned that it harvests the bones of children for possible meals, maybe making a fortress of teeth. We're not really sure. We talked about the tale where Staniel didn't want to lose a tooth, but did, and caught the fury of the Tooth Fairy, causing his whole family to lose their teeth. And we found out that the Tooth Fairy, in a gruesome war of attrition against a griffin, would die. We have a website, and you can check it out at mythsandmen.com. That's mythsandmen.com. If you've enjoyed what you've heard and think that we did a good job in giving you a laugh or two, please take a moment to give us a rating and review. It can really help us out in the future and get more people interested, and you can have more people to talk to about it. Speaking of which, tell your friends too. You can leave rating reviews at either iTunes or Stitcher, and we have links to both, along with our Twitter at Myths and Men and our Facebook of Myths and Men Podcast in the show notes. You can click and go wherever you want. We also have links to all of our social networks on our website. If you have a suggestion for a creature that we should talk about, you can contact us through the website or leave your suggestion in a review. And we hope to see you next week when we talk about something else.
Talk about the griffin again.
Fuck the griffin. Tooth Fairy should have
watch your
won.
mouth.
I thought Hamburger Helper really had it there.
What would that have done if it got a 20?
I would think like he successfully makes the hamburger helper and you attempt to eat it, crushing your insides because you swallowed so much teeth.
That was the goal. The music you heard on this podcast is called Call to Adventure by Kevin MacLeod from Incompetech.com. It is licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. And boy, guys, I have a doozy of a creature for you two.
Boy, guys?
Boy, guys.
Boy.
Yeah, because you aren't really men yet. You're boy guys.
Okay, boy, guys.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Does it beat Soy Boy?
The thing is, the whole soy boy beta cuck thing is too good. You soy boy beta cuck.
I remember one time I said to my mom that all continents are islands technically, and she like couldn't believe how stupid I was. This was when I was probably like 8 or something.
It's true though.
It is true. That's my thinking. It's totally true.
You explain it to her, you realize that they have water all around. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think Europe's like the odd one out, isn't it?
In Asia, I guess.
Russia?
In Asia, yeah, I guess.
Technically, I don't think they're continents. They're there's a different name for it. The Eurasia is the continent.
Okay.
So then, yes, you are still correct. But they're like subcontinents.
Yeah. Technically, the Earth is an island.
That's true.
In the sea.
Galactic sea.
Yeah. That's a lyric to a song, it sounds like.
It does. Sounds like something, what's his name?
We should become a band.
Jared Leto. We should be called 30
Jared
Seconds
Leto,
to Mars.
Famed astrologer.
30 Seconds to Myths and Men.
It's our 30 Seconds to Mars podcast.
I was going to say it's
Speaking
our
of-
band that sings about mythology.